There's a story I want to begin with. It's the story of Daniel, a young trader who was full of energy, ambition, and hunger for success. Daniel loved the markets, he studied charts day and night, and he believed he had the skills to conquer trading. But Daniel had one big problem. He had no patience. Every time the market moved, he felt the urge to jump in. If Bitcoin spiked for just 5 minutes, he thought he was missing out and entered without thinking. If Ethereum dropped sharply, he panicked and sold too soon. He treated the market like a sprint, constantly reacting to every tick on the screen. At first, it felt exciting. He had days where he doubled his account in a single trade. But those wins didn't last. The same impatience that gave him quick wins also destroyed his balance. In just a few weeks, Daniel went from a promising account to complete liquidation. He lost not just his money but his confidence, his focus, and his belief in himself. Why? Because he lacked patience. He never allowed time to work for him. Now let me tell you about someone else, Sophia. She was not as fast as Daniel in making decisions. She wasn't chasing every move. She waited. She had the discipline to observe, to let the charts breathe, and to let setups fully form. While Daniel was pressing the buy and sell buttons every 5 minutes, Sophia might have taken only one trade in an entire week. But when she took it, her trade was planned, her entry was precise, and her emotions were calm. Over the years, Sophia's account grew. Not in fireworks and explosions, but slowly, like a seed turning into a tree. She mastered the art of waiting, the art of timing, the art of patience. And in trading, as in life, patience is not just a skill, it's the foundation of success. This contrast between Daniel and Sophia is the reality of trading psychology. Most traders fail not because they don't know technical analysis or indicators, but because they cannot control their timing. They lack patience. They want the market to deliver profits immediately. They want success today, not tomorrow. But the market does not care about your impatience. The market only rewards those who respect time. Patience in trading is not about sitting still and doing nothing forever. It's about knowing when to act and when not to act. It's about having the strength to wait for high-quality setups instead of forcing trades. It's about recognizing that money is made in the waiting, not in the rushing. In fact, some of the world's best traders have said the biggest profits they ever made came from waiting, not from trading every single movement. Think about that. Waiting is a strategy. But why is patience so hard? The answer lies in psychology. Our brains are wired for instant gratification. We live in a world of fast food, fast internet, fast results. When you click on a video, you expect it to load in seconds. When you send a message, you expect a reply immediately. And when you place a trade, your mind craves instant profits. You want to see that green candle right away. The red candle feels like pain, and your brain tells you, get out now. That's why patience is so rare. It goes against our natural instincts. And yet, this is exactly why patience is powerful. Trading is not about being natural, it's about being professional. The average person reacts. The professional trader waits. The average person panics. The professional trader observes. The average person wants to win today. The professional trader is willing to wait for weeks or even months, knowing the right opportunity will eventually come. Let me give you an example. Imagine two traders watching the same chart. Both see a potential breakout. The impatient trader jumps in early, before the candle closes, hoping to catch the move. But the breakout fails, and he takes a loss. The patient trader, however, waits. She waits for confirmation, for the candle to close, for the volume to align. When the real breakout happens, she enters calmly. While the first trader is angry and frustrated, the second is collecting profits. That's the difference patience makes. It's not about seeing opportunities, it's about waiting for the right ones. Now let's connect this to timing. Timing in trading is everything. You can have the right analysis, the right direction, but if your timing is off, you lose. Enter too early, and you suffer drawdowns. Enter too late, and you miss the move. Exit too fast, and you cut your profit short. Exit too slow, and you give profits back. Timing is the balance between patience and action. And here's the truth. Good timing is born from patience. Without patience, you're always too early or too late. With patience, you give yourself the chance to be right on time. Think about timing like fishing. If you throw the hook too soon, you scare the fish away. If you wait too long, the fish swims past. But if you wait with focus, watching carefully, you know the exact moment to pull. That's how trading works. The market is the ocean, the setup is the fish, and your patience is the waiting game. When the time is right, you act, not too early, not too late. But here's another truth. Patience doesn't just apply to single trades. It applies to your entire journey as a trader. Many people come into trading expecting to become rich in a few months. They want to turn $100 into $100,000 in 1 year. They want success at lightning speed. But the reality is, trading mastery takes years. It takes time to learn discipline, strategy, risk management, and emotional control. If you expect to succeed overnight, you will be disappointed. But if you are patient with your journey, if you treat trading like a marathon, you will grow. Small wins build into big wins. Slow growth compounds into massive success. So how do you develop patience? First, you need a plan. Patience without a plan is just waiting in confusion. But patience with a plan is strategic waiting. If you know your strategy, your entry conditions, your risk management, then you have something to wait for. Second, you need self-awareness. Pay attention to your emotions. Notice when you feel the urge to jump in too early. Recognize that urge is impatience, not as opportunity. Third, you need practice. Patience is like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it becomes. Start small. Wait for one perfect setup per week. Learn how it feels to sit and not act. Over time, waiting becomes natural. And let's not forget the hardest part, patience in losses. When you take a loss, your mind screams, "Make it back now." You want revenge trading. You want to win immediately. But this is the trap that destroys accounts. The truth is, after a loss, the best move is often to step back, breathe, and wait. Wait until your emotions cool down. Wait until the market gives you a real setup again. Revenge trading is impatience disguised as action. True patience is knowing when not to trade. I want to talk directly to you now. Maybe you've felt the pain of impatience. Maybe you've entered too early, exited too late, chased moves, and regretted it. You're not alone. Every trader, even the best, has struggled with impatience. But here's the good news. You can train yourself to be patient. You can learn to control your timing. You can shift from being a Daniel to being a Sophia. It won't happen overnight, but if you commit, if you keep practicing, you will see the results. Trading is not just about charts and numbers. It's about your mind, your emotions, your character. Patience builds character. Timing builds trust in yourself. And when you master patience and timing, you stop fighting the market. You flow with it. You stop being desperate for profits. You attract them. You stop being a victim of impatience. You become the master of discipline. Trading is not just about charts and numbers. It's about your mind, your emotions, your character. Patience builds character. Timing builds trust in yourself. And when you master patience and timing, you stop fighting the market. You flow with it. You stop being desperate for profits. You attract them. You stop being a victim of impatience. You become the master of discipline.